Mr. Walker, you're charged with resisting arrest. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine.
Law enforcement officers were dispatched to 401 East Humboldt in Harris County, Texas, in reference to a suspicious person. The law enforcement officer made contact with the witness. The witness stated that the defendant was walking down the street and appeared to be doing something. The witness stated that the defendant started making hand gestures, that he was holding an imaginary gun and shooting towards the witness's house. The law enforcement officer made contact with the defendant. The law enforcement officer informed the defendant not to be on the road while intoxicated and to leave the neighbors alone before departing the scene. The law enforcement officer was later dispatched in reference to a barking dog and observed the defendant walking in the middle of a roadway. The law enforcement officer and a marked patrol unit activated his lights and sirens and attempted to stop the defendant. The defendant continued walking away. The law enforcement officer approached and attempted to arrest the defendant. Defendant began tensing his muscles, pulled away from the officers, and began to resist. The defendant was taken into custody after being taken to the ground. The defendant later attempted to headbutt the law enforcement officer as he was unbuckling the defendant. The defendant was identified with the previous booking photo.
What was he under arrest for?
So
Just walking down the street? How do you know he's intoxicated?
yes, so it shows that, I guess the police were dispatched to a barking dog incident and they saw the.
He's walking while black.
Yeah, he was walking in the middle of the roadway.
No. Again, just walking down the road, just barking dogs, boom.
Sir.
No, I'll find no probable cause. Mr. Walker, be careful where you're walking, man. People are always against you. You start acting a fool out there in the free world or start scaring people, it's not a good thing. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and take a seat for me momentarily, please.